You did not even send me airborne anyway. Why in the world I'm around, it's hard to say. You did not even send me airborne anyway. Why in the world I'm around, it's hard to say.
Hello, everybody. This is Ted, as always, and welcome to Ted and Pete reading fan fiction. Oh God, I always mess this up. Reading fan fiction with Ted and Peter. Peter, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready, able, willing. But it seems like,
Yeah.
that title, although you got it wrong, might also not be accurate either.
Oh, so I'm just twice as wrong.
Yeah,
How
you're really
can that
wrong.
be, Peter?
Yeah, I don't. Well, it's probably because we have a guest here today.
So it's
Why
Ted
don't
and Peter
and introduce yourself,
and
guest.
gesture.
You're not gonna say my name?
Well, okay.
Gabby?
Gabby's here.
Gabby's here.
I'm Gabby.
Gabby's here.
Yeah.
We're really excited to have you
Yeah.
here. And I mean, the vibe I'm getting is you're excited to be here, which is even
I
better.
was smiling.
Yeah, you haven't.
Yeah.
I actually haven't.
It's really infectious. I'm really liking
Yeah,
it.
I'm bringing a really great energy to the pod right off the bat here.
The
You know,
pod.
The pod.
The pod. You know, sometimes we bring people in and they're just real downers. You know, ruins my day.
Yeah.
But
Max.
Max.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, Max, Jack. Everybody except you has been
Yeah.
real.
Now that I think about it, but
Yeah.
Well, I'm
really-
glad
yeah.
that I can be.
Yeah, this is going to be a great episode because I'm looking at a pretty enticing fanfic
As well.
that you've sent me. Could you
Okay.
talk
Yeah.
a little bit about it?
Okay, so this is a Skins fanfic, and I was deciding between this one and a Zoe 101 and Drake and Josh crossover. That was honestly stupid.
We're gonna have to get you back for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could just like post it, send it to you somewhere anyway.
Yeah.
But it was,
Yeah.
Please.
you would have felt like disrespected if I made you read that. So I went with this one. The writing was definitely just a little stronger, even if like
Yeah.
it's not, Zoe 101 or Drake and Josh. So
Right.
Skins, this is I think season like 4, and they called the cast members something special. I don't know, but they like cycled them out every few seasons, and they'd have completely different cast members, maybe one who was like a little sibling of the first cast.
Oh.
So I think, Peter, you said you've seen the first episode.
Oh,
You would have seen
yeah.
like, what is that
Well,
guy?
so
Actor?
I have also seen the like next set after the
Oh, so
first. Because I know what you're talking about. Because I'm like aware of that concept. Like I saw the first 2 episodes in the first season, then probably like the first 2 in like the 4th season. Because I was watching with somebody who had only seen like that next set, and they wanted to show it to me, but they didn't even know that like the first 3 seasons existed. Like they thought that was like, because as you're saying, it is like a totally new thing. Like it's like a new slate, you know.
Oh my gosh. And the difference between like popularity between seasons is huge. And the season that this fanfic is from, and the second season that you watch, which is I think the 4th, is like the most popular one. And specifically this these 2 twin sisters, who I just remember they have like red hair. These 2 twin sisters, and then this one girl named Naomi, and one of the sisters gets in a relationship with Naomi like at a sleepover with all the girls in an episode, and it is the biggest. That was like what made the series, I think, like that relationship.
Yeah.
And if you look up Skins on the fanfic website, I couldn't find a single one that wasn't about these 2 girls and their relationship in every single scenario imaginable. It's amazing. So it's like Naomi walks into a business meeting And fuck, I don't remember what the girl's name is. Wait, I have to pull up
Is
the
it
fan.
Emily Fitch?
Yeah, the Fitch sisters. Will you send it in the chat, Ted?
Yeah.
So that's basically it. Like, this is Emily, who's one of the red-haired twins, and Naomi, who is this like pixie cut, blonde, bleach blonde girl.
Sounds hot.
But but just you wait. The situation,
Woo!
quite the predicament. Quite the predicament.
Right.
Is that good? Enough of the intro?
Yeah, no, that's great. I feel each season's like its own story. This is from a really popular season that a lot of people liked, and based on a relationship that a lot of people on fanfiction.net really like.
Yes, and something else important
Yeah.
that just occurred to me is Skins is like, it showed on TV, but it was British television, so they
Yeah.
definitely have different laws there. They can show like everything.
Right.
It was a transformative experience watching this show when I was younger.
Right.
It was like not appropriate. So you can imagine the fan fiction. Like, I might read on. We're just gonna do chapter 1, you said, but
Yeah.
if any show were to have like really extreme, explicit, graphic content, it would probably be Skins, because it already is like that in a show. Yeah, they just straight up show sex scenes.
So maybe we'll get a little taste
And these
of
kids
that
are in
here
high school,
today.
probably, or like university.
Fingers
What?
crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
We have to-
I mean, I'm
we have to
hoping
not
for a
exceed-
sex scene. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So it is rated fiction T on the site, so it's not
Huh.
M. Yeah. So we may get some like light Frenching a little bit, but anyway.
Light Frenching. That should have been the name of it. Turning slowly. Light
Yeah. So it's called
Frenching.
Turning Slowly. It's from Skin, and I like this username. It's Pepper Sister, that's fun. That's perky.
Ooh. It's a little zesty.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so
I like
weird. The woman who lives like above me in my apartment, whose door I see right now, her email is like Pepper Forever 123 or something.
Oh.
Oh, maybe it's the author.
Yeah.
I
So
would
maybe
not
you live.
be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Okay. So
She's like a
already.
sister, plays board games. She would.
Okay. Well, that man.
So the author's note reads, Emily Fitch was taken from her bed in the middle of the night, put in a room, and hasn't had contact with anyone for over a month, until one night when she heard a knock on the wall.
What?
Knock on the wall. So it's fiction T. It involves Emily F, Naomi C. There are 27 chapters. So we'll be reading the first of these, because that amounts to about 106,894 words. There's 724 reviews to this, and there's 419 faves. 300. So I think this fan fiction has gotten way more exposure than our typical one that we get on the pod. Usually we're looking at like 3 or 4 reviews.
Oh no, that's how I searched it. I went straight for the most
really?
ones, yeah.
The most
And then
reviewed.
I categorized it by, you can do reviews, favorites, or follows, and I just did faves. I was like, why do they have all these 3 different categories? But I figured favorites would best represent like the best one.
Yeah.
So
It's I've never done that before.
it was so annoying how I was weeding through ones that like no one had read and were absolute trash. That was like the Zoe 101 one.
Right.
Zoe 101. Every single line, I'll send it to you. I'm not exaggerating. Every single line ended with either he said or she said or insert character's name said.
Nice. Well, that's all you need sometimes. So the author's note here says, this is the only part I read, and this is really funny. Author's note, hello, I'm not a new writer, nor at all new to Skins fan fiction, but I have never written anything for this site. I had written the premise of the story for a creative writing class. I didn't get the chance to expand it because the class ended. My girlfriend, who is an avid reader of stories here, suggested I flip and reverse it into something she could read on here. So I'm appeasing her mostly, but I
Oh,
would
man.
I would buy lying if I said I wasn't curious as to how it would be taken. It's very AU and pretty different. I'd like to know your thoughts and whatever. And if you'd like, I'll most certainly continue it. Consider this a trial run, smiley face. And then
This
I
is
love, yeah,
this is an this is an AU where one of the characters is in solitary confinement.
What is
Based on the description, that's the alternate reality that we're in.
yeah. Does that happen in the show, or is this a whole new idea?
this is not happening. Just we were
Oh,
going to high school, doing drugs, raving.
okay, got it.
That would be so funny if there was an arc in Skins about one of the people is just trapped in a room. She's just locked in her bedroom for a month.
Well, okay, so it really doesn't matter how much I know at all, because none of
No.
this. Okay.
Okay, the crazy thing is, Peter, if you said that in any normal conversation, I would be
Yeah.
like, that's crazy. But we have in front of us like
Yeah.
724 people who have read this
Yeah.
and been like,
That's
this
true.
is amazing. I love this like arc, potential arc for Skins.
And the people can't be wrong, as they say
No,
on fanfiction.net.
That's
What-
the biggest
Yeah.
that's the biggest motto of fanfiction.net.
what they want is what they get.
Democratizing fandoms.
Exactly. So, chapter 1, turning slowly. Afternoon food. I heard an abrupt voice from a locked door chime out. I
It's not funny.
I set down my book and rose from my position on the bed. Following my every space day routine, I walked to the door and knocked on it 3 times, alerting the person on the other side of the door I had heard them. Then, as
What?
I
Who
had,
says afternoon food? Isn't it just lunch? Isn't that called lunch?
well, I'm assuming this is like a kind of like prisoner scenario, and so lunch is a little too civilized, so it's the afternoon food.
Oh, right. Okay. Good point.
Then, as I had for every day for the last 3 months, I backed up to the corner furthest from the door and sat down facing the wall, nose to corner. I positioned myself to sit on my hands and closed my eyes. Wow. I feel like this is clearly inspired by some other thing that the author is not fessing up to.
Honestly, this is gonna be a weird thing to think of. I listened to the Hunger Games series.
Yeah.
And there's a part in it, and that just vividly stuck out to me in like the 3rd book, where the main character is like she's on a drug, but she's like trying to get clean from the drug,
Yeah.
and she like does it like fully without. I think she's in prison. Maybe it's a similar type of situation, and it reminds me so much of that.
Okay.
It's like
Hey,
very like short declarative sentences, like you know, I looked
that might be the
around
key.
me, everything was gray and bleak. Nose to the corner,
Yeah.
eating my afternoon food.
Afternoon food for me. Behind me, I heard the large metal door unlock and open. The sound of a tray gliding across the floor filled the air. Sorry. I scrunched my eyes waiting for something more, but praying there wasn't. What? I scrunched my eyes waiting for something more, but praying there wasn't. The door shut with a loud bang. I sat in tense fear for another couple minutes before turning around and eyeing the tray. A mix of anguished relief flooded me. I'm not familiar with that emotion. As I spotted my typical meal. 2 slices of bread with peanut butter, an apple, and a protein bar. After so much
A
time,
peanut butter sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, wait, can I take a sidebar and tell
Go
something?
for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just saw this hilarious TikTok.
Yes.
So we
What
had
audience am I dealing with? What?
we had Sarah Frankie Sigmund on last week, and she also brought up TikTok.
Yeah.
So there's a precedent for this. Yeah,
Good company.
go on.
Okay. So there's this really funny one, and that's like, it's a show like Shark Tank, the like guy filming his TV, like watching it, and he's just
Right.
dying, wheezing, laughing in the background.
Yeah.
And it like looks like Shark Tank. Like he's like talking about this business, and there's 2 people
Yeah.
judging him, and he's like, so sister's father-in-law owns a construction company, and the woman judge is like, oh, so like you have a good relationship, like you have someone you could like go to, and the second judge is like Sean, isn't your sister's father-in-law your dad? uh, yeah,
Isn't his?
that's it. Wait, I totally have it like saved. I will send it to you
Yeah.
after.
Oh yeah,
I'll put-
we can splice it in.
Yeah,
Or
because
Ted can splice. I'm not gonna do that.
I can edit the audio. So right now, the clip will play, and so people can hear it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait. If I send it to you, or should I play it?
Oh, just send it to me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will.
And especially being your wife's father-in-law is your dad. Yeah. Okay.
It's
Nice.
so funny.
It
Okay.
sounds
Why did we
funny.
talk about that? Oh, because why? Oh, because she said two
Oh, anguished relief.
peanut butter.
No, 2 slices of bread.
Oh,
with
2
peanut
slices
butter.
of bread with peanut butter. Just the whole thing, really.
Okay.
After so much time, I've passed savoring the food and have resorted to something of a human vacuum.
Oh my.
I hoover my food in seconds and down it with my bottle of water. Every meal is the same thing. Nothing ever changes around here. In my cell. It's like kind of the least of your complaints at that point. Like, "Nah, I'm
Oh,
bored."
Yeah, I mean,
God.
you're literally. I think is she like against her will? It doesn't seem like this is
I
like
think
put
we'll.
upon her.
Right, like she's
Seems like she's
literally
choosing to be.
Well,
what she's describing. Her emotions don't really capture.
Yeah.
You know?
and it seems like the author reads my mind because the next sentence is, "I suppose you're wondering where here is, huh?" Yes, I was. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure.
Like record scratch. I guess
Yeah.
you're wondering how I got here.
My name is Emily Fitch, and I'm 18 years old. I've decided to start recounting my life in a journal because 3 months, 19 days, and what I've guessed to be about 10 hours ago, I was abducted from my bed in the middle of the night. I had just finished up college. I was preparing to travel around Europe for a while. Oh, so this is very relatable to us. This
Yeah, incredibly relatable.
is. I faintly.
Place like locked in a room.
I mean that, but I was saying like,
Yeah, all of it.
we've just finished up college.
Oh yeah.
I faintly recall the strange sense someone was following me. My twin sister Katie told me to, quote, buck up, end quote, and start, quote, stop imagining things, end quote. I always listen to Katie. Irony at its finest, wrong its. The day started out normal. I'd gone to my part-time job as a grocery clerk early in the day. It was there I got the odd feeling. I remember staring around the grocery store expecting to meet some weird person's gaze. Well, that'll happen no matter what, if you're looking around the grocery store. But there wasn't anyone. After work, I had gone to meet Katie. Hey, Katie, I had said after ordering my hot chocolate. So now it goes into italics, and I don't know why exactly.
Can I be Katie?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool.
Hey, Katie, I had said after ordering my hot chocolate. Katie sat with her extra foamy latte that just about made me want to hurl. I couldn't stand coffee or the smell of it.
You're late.
She blurted, not looking pleased. I'm never late, I said right back.
But you are today.
I sighed. Katie could be exhausting at times. Sorry, I kept double checking things. I sort of feel like someone is following me, I admitted. The look on Katie's face told me I should have just kept quiet.
Someone is following you?
Katie asked slowly. No, I feel like someone is following me, I said, exasperated.
Fuck's sake, Emily. Don't give yourself so much credit. You're not that interesting.
Katie said with a snort. Oh, God. Yeah,
That was so unnatural for me.
but so natural for the character.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Where were we?
Well, Gabi just did an incredible line reading Would you mind doing it again?
Yeah. So we're
We're in the all italics part, Peter.
Right. Okay.
fuck's
Perfect.
sake, Emily. Don't give yourself so much credit. You're not that interesting.
Damn.
Katie said with a snort.
Did I not do this? Like, it doesn't sound like a snort. That's what a human would do. It sounds like a pig. Like this. Good.
I slumped back in my seat. She had a point. I know. I was just saying.
Well, buck up, soldier. No one's following you. Now, stop imagining things so we can have a proper coffee date. I need to tell you about my date with Andy.
The coffee date had droned on far longer than I would have liked otherwise, but
Whoa.
Katie will be Katie. She went up to meet Andy, and I went home. I should mention home. So italics end here.
I love
should
that
yeah.
Right.
I used to be
my favorite
normal.
part of the morning. Sorry.
Oh, this is your favorite part. Excellent.
Yeah.
I used to be normal. My whole family used to be normal. Then my dad accidentally, in his futile attempts to invent a workout machine, ended up inventing a different sort of cushion for people who have hernias removed or any other surgeries, ... down there, which require a sitting pad. Don't ask me how he managed it, but he did. Don't you love that device where you're the author and you don't want to describe something, so you just say, hey, don't ask me. No, it's not like it's my responsibility. Some big investor discovered him at a convention and bought it off of him with a generous contract, period. 4 years and quite a few $1 million later, we were no longer a normal family.
Shit.
So does this happen in the show?
No.
No, okay. I'm sorry.
You're telling me there's not a plot point where one of the characters invents a cushion for people with hernias?
Well, it's just so absurd.
That's not the thing that gets people going in England.
I'm just impressed mostly that this person thought of
That came
it's
up.
so weird. Yeah.
It's like, it's weirdly specific.
Really is.
Yeah. I think Pepper, whatever, his father
Yeah.
came up with that.
We moved into
Autobiographical.
we moved into this massive excuse for a house. I was thrilled because it meant I no longer had to share a room with Katie, but the space was too much. I never saw my family.
Wait, what's that thing called where it's like, that's dramatic irony. Sorry. I'm so tired.
Nice, yeah.
She was like,
No,
this
no.
space is too much, but look at her now.
Oh yeah. I didn't even bet it. Yeah, this.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I bet that was intentional. Pepper's sister
Oh,
is
I'm sure.
craftier than we.
No,
are.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it was in their creative writing class. You know,
Yeah.
this
We're
was
reading.
for a creative writing class.
I see the mastery and the
Yeah. Could you imagine somebody comes into your class and you have to read a Skins fanfic that describes a sandwich as 2 pieces of bread with peanut butter?
Yeah, you're a brother.
Yeah.
So I never saw my family. My dad was always busy. My mom, a newly dubbed housewife, with a house to decorate, was always busy. James was always ... Well, I'm pretty sure he was always lost, but I hardly saw him too. The only person I saw on a frequent
What?
basis was my twin, and I think it's because she can't breathe unless I'm following her like a little puppy dog. Start italics.
Oh, that's cute.
That being said, I arrived home that night to hear 3 TVs blaring through the house. Dad, Mom, and James, clearly. I walked to my bedroom, pulled out my yoga mat, and started to do my nightly routine. I was halfway through when I thought I heard something in my bathroom. I had my own bathroom connected to my room. And there you go. I had interrupted my movement to inspect my bathroom top to bottom. When I was fully convinced I was losing it, I finally turned in for bed. The next thing I know,
Did you finish your yoga?
No, because she just got convinced she was losing it, and finally
she
turned
went
in
to
for
bed,
bed.
okay.
Yeah. The next thing I know, I feel like I had been given a straight IV of tequila. My body.
You know that feeling?
Yeah, fellas. Don't you hate it?
I like the idea of her.
once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like like she licks off the salt from the needle.
Mm. My body was swooshy, my mind even worse. I thought I felt myself being lifted, but I couldn't form a proper thought. However long later, I came to, in a briefly lit, stark white room with nothing but a bed, an empty bookshelf. Then what's the point? A toilet and a large sink. That's when the panic set in. End italics.
Yeah, I hope so. If the panic wasn't setting in then, I don't know.
Seems catastrophic, and trust me, it was. It was also horrible, but it actually hasn't been entirely horrific. It's like I actually kind of like
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah. I've never physically seen my captors. In fact, I've never physically seen anyone the entire time I've been here. I've only been yelled at through this big metal door that is currently separating me from them. Been verbally abused at times. When I first arrived, it became quickly apparent what I was to do. Eat it? It's pretty. Yeah. The door only opened twice a day when someone delivered my food. I was instructed I was to sit against the wall and
Right.
not speak a word. If I did, I was, quote, taught a lesson, end quote. I've only spoken once, and the knot I had on my head for days after was enough to shut me up. I I get fed 2 times a day, and the food, as noted, is bland as fuck. Whoa. Is that the first fuck in the...
Besides the one that Katie said, yeah.
Right, yeah, bland as
Right,
fuck.
right.
But at least I'm getting fed. The bed in the room is not a total loss. I get clothes and any book I request. Oh, I guess he doesn't save it on the bookcase then.
Pause. For
Yeah.
any book I request. That seems kind of luxurious.
Oh yeah,
What if
it's
it was
like,
like? What if she was like, "Can I have intro to lock picking?
yeah, it's like
Intro to a phone? Give me a fucking phone."
yeah, intro to building a phone. It's like only once a week they let me out and to go to the gym and to a restaurant. They gave me a movie only once a week that I could. Yeah, bland as fuck, but at least I'm getting fed. The bed in the room is not a total loss. I get clothes and any book I request. Other than that weirdness, when it's stripped down to what it really is, it's kidnap. Yeah. The most
Yeah,
yeah. The most frustrating part of this whole ordeal, I've come to find, is
it's
remaining
being
in the
kidnapped.
is remaining in the dark. Wait, how does she read then? Oh, like as far as knowledge. Sorry, I'm dumb. I don't know. I'm clearly getting outplayed by Pepper Sister here. I don't know why I was kidnapped. No one will tell me anything. No one will talk to me. I've asked. I've begged the shouting voices on the other side of the thick plaster walls what in the world was going on, but no one responds. I never heard anyone walking outside of my room. I have no idea if anyone is even there, but they are because they come and visit you. Judging by the window in my room, I'm about...
It's so
What, a window? This person has everything.
Wait, there's
Are
a
you kidding?
window?
Yeah. Very
It
nice.
sounds great, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's complaining about.
I'm about 3 or 4 floors up from the ground level. I know I'm in a big building. And you, the reader, now knows that I am in a big building.
Can we just go back to what Peter just said? Like, it sounds great. What she's describing is literally a room with all the amenities she could possibly need. She hasn't mentioned how she goes to the bathroom, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to hear about that.
And people who come and bring her food and any book that she demands to fill up the empty bookshelf and a window.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sounds like
Yeah.
it sounds
But
really
the food is bland as fuck, to be fair. So
food's bland as
true.
it's
Yes.
bland as
And she
fuck.
also can't leave.
So,
it's
Like-
yeah.
yeah. And that's a big it's a
Big
con.
butt, yeah.
But it is true that it just seems all right. Like especially
it's
the
just so
window
weird
very
'cause, like-
changes
Sister Pepper, sister, what Pepper Sister has in store for us. I read a lot of true crime and like
Mhm.
crime fiction, and this is unlike any
Yeah.
kidnapping I've ever come across.
Totally. Well, that's what's so weird to me is like this would never happen in Skins. Maybe that's what's so beautiful about fan fiction is like this is so not how like from the little amount that I know of Skins, it doesn't seem like this would at all be a part of it.
Is there like a word for that? Like, are there different genres of fan fiction of people who write what they actually think could or would happen to characters, and people who create these like alternate universes that could literally never exist and are completely against what the character is?
I
Well,
mean,
this
that's
is
what we're getting
AU,
into
which is
here. AU's
alternate universe. Yeah.
So
Like-
this
That's
is
I think the closest thing, but I don't think there's like a term or like a technical like
realistic
definition.
fan fiction.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, yeah, because it is like at what. Because I mean, we've talked about before on this, like how really fan fiction is so great for aspiring writers because it does.
Yeah.
By writing a fan fiction, you have a lot of the hard stuff already done for you. You have characters, setting, time, play,
Mhm.
all that stuff. And you can just kind of start in the middle and just like have it be just plot because everything is already established. But then it is like
Yeah.
it is becomes this weird like, well, if then everything is completely different, why have skins involved at all?
Yeah, like is this
Yeah.
Skins fan fiction besides the fact that she literally uses the characters' names?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm reminded of from the author's note before it starts, they say skins isn't mine at all. It's just something fun to play around with. And that's what it seems
Yeah.
like. Like it seems like there's no real reverence for the show. They're like, I would change everything. First of all, it would start off in a cell.
Oh my god, no, she totally wrote this first with like different, like a completely different story.
Mm,
And then her
probably.
girlfriend,
Yeah.
to flip it and reverse it, it was just putting in Naomi and Emily's names.
Yeah.
Probably.
Insane.
Turning it into that type of story.
Which is so weird because it like changes the meaning of it so much, but like also not at all. Like it's so mind bending in that
It's
way.
impossible for me to read this and not see
Yeah, exactly.
who plays. Is it Emily? That's I keep getting them mixed up.
Yeah, I
Emily
think it's Emily.
or Naomi. They
I
haven't.
think it's
It's from the perspective of
said
Emily.
it's just
yeah,
Emily.
Emily.
Yeah. Like I see her
Yeah.
and can't see her. I can't see anyone else.
But at the same time, like you see her in your imagination, but it doesn't matter. You know, it's not like the fact that she's in it really changes the plot at all. It's just she's in it.
The only thing is I just hear it in a British accent.
Definitely.
Me
I was
mom.
gonna-
Me mom and me dad.
What?
Well, because the author wrote me mum earlier, which was just such like a hack. Like it reminded me that it was a British show. I was like, oh right, because it's me mum.
Yeah, exactly. It's just different, I guess, if it's a fan fiction for a show you.
Yeah.
So I think for the sake of time, I'm gonna read this last paragraph before it goes into all italics for a
Oh,
while,
yeah.
and we'll wrap it up. So
Sure.
they write, I know I'm in a big building. It smells of damp laundry and is constantly muggy. Once I came
Well, it's because she
to-
keeps asking for clothes. That's why they're always doing
Yeah.
laundry.
Well, once I came to two O's. Once I came to those many days ago, I spent the entire first week freaking out. I stayed in a strange calm for the first 12 hours, giving myself time to figure things out, which you clearly never did. You don't know anything. But then I couldn't figure anything out, and that's when I lost it. Okay, sorry. That's on me. It's sort of am embarrassing blur now, but I spent a good chunk of a week slamming my fists against the walls. That's not embarrassing. That's very
really
reasonable.
natural, really.
Crying out for my family or anyone, really. Yeah. It got me nowhere fast. Then I fell into what many may consider a quiet depression. I couldn't move, couldn't eat, couldn't think, and I do think very possibly I might have died if it hadn't been for the knocking. which I assume is, the food.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
Or
27
not.
chapters of this.
Oh my god.
And it's
And-
not, if you scroll to the bottom, you can see it's not until the last line that Naomi's introduced.
So
Oh.
I was like, yeah, the last line is in quotes, "I'm Naomi Campbell." I will say, so every chapter is just titled chapter 1, chapter 2, until the 27th part, which is called Hello Again. Which must mean that
It's like a retrospective.
we've come so far.
Yeah, yeah.
There's 724 reviews, as we mentioned, but let's look at just a few.
Damn.
April 3rd, 2018. Oh, so this was published, in 2010. Hearts Never Mend says, amazing.
Damn. This
Lord,
is a 10-year-old fanfic?
yeah,
Wow.
geez.
That's nuts.
Lord
That's
Asmodeus,
Yes.
Fanfiction Lord Asmodeus on April 9th, 2017 says, this was absolutely one of the most startling realistic pieces of work I have seen in this
Oh my
entire
God.
site. Absolutely brilliant. The characters felt so human and not mere labels of mortality or tragedies. And again, the execution of it all, the consequences especially, was simply wonderful. The cult elements in the middle, it sounded rather American at first glance. Oh, so this person's British. And indeed, there were Americanisms faltering all over the place. Yet such a ludicrous plot actually worked. The story doesn't need an ending.
This
The
guy's
character-
definitely this person's definitely like he just likes he's an American,
British,
but he just
yeah.
watches he
Like
just watches
Sherlock.
BBC America, and like Doctor Who a lot.
Yeah.
It's like it's ludicrous.
Yeah, but I love this. This story doesn't even need an ending. The characters on paper have come alive and now live their own lives. What masterful characterization indeed. Holy shit.
Oh, Lord
Wow.
Asmodeus.
I really love this.
Yeah. Joker's Last Laugh says, this was a really good story and I really enjoyed reading it. Wow. Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah,
People are
what's
writing such long reviews.
everybody
Yeah.
should give their rating.
Oh, at my rating?
Oh,
1 to 10.
Like our own out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
do you
That's
know
a tough
yours?
one.
A 10? No.
No, Gabby, do you know what you would give it?
I gotta think for a minute. We can have
Yeah.
Sure.
I would say
Well, so okay, yeah. Go for it. Finn.
here's what I'll say. I have to acknowledge, I can't give a truly fair review of it because I haven't gotten to the end of the chapter, let alone the end of the story. So who knows where it goes. But as far as what I was kind of getting set up for, and as someone that's not, involved in skins, it was competent. I'd give it like a 5. It was pretty funny. 5 or 6.
I will have to. I'm
Wait,
gonna
wait,
base my review. Oh, sorry. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Are we
Excuse.
thank you. Are we rating like how much fun we had?
Oh,
like-
well, in that case, it's a 10. I
Like, she's
mean,
not trying. Well, she's not trying to be funny, I don't think. So are you giving her points for being funny when this author wasn't even trying to be funny? Is she trying to be funny?
no. I think this
Asking
is
the
a
real
very,
questions
I
here.
mean, that's often a question at the core of some fanfics. I think this is a very earnest, like I'm writing, the attitude at the beginning is very like laissez-faire, like, my girlfriend made me do this and I don't really care about, doesn't seem like cares about
Yeah,
skin.
and it's
So-
27 chapters.
And usually that's what I'll give someone most credit. Like if it seems like they care,
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah,
like,
well, that's
it always, it warms my heart. But this just seems like kind of like they don't care about skins. And then it's like, all right, well, at the point where you're making your own thing, then I don't know.
so.
It's just such a
I
weird, so I'm
disagree.
just-
I think that so in comparison to last week's episode, which was, I mean, Gabby, it was not nearly as thought through as this. Like this, it doesn't make a lot of sense. This one, but at least it it like has
Yeah.
it has events that like follow after each other. They have causes and effects. Yeah.
The one,
So
yeah,
I mean, at the very least,
the one last week was like nonsense. I'll go on. I loved it. I thought it was
Yeah.
actually very like avant-garde.
yeah, it was very funny.
What
It was
It was One Direction
One Direction.
themed.
oh
Yeah.
my god.
It was pretty good. So yeah, I'd give it a 5 because this was just like competent, uninspiring.
Yeah.
Or, like barely.
I mean,
like
at the very
wrong
least-
its and twos and sentence fragments.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
like to
true.
know the age of this person, what level creative writing class they're in, because I mean, I don't know. So I've seen.
Yeah, I
things.
mean, at the same time, they're just like 27 chapters is a long
Yeah.
amount of chapters. So I have to give them points at least just for like putting in the effort.
Mhm.
You know, that's worth something, I guess. I'd give it like a 6.5.
Yeah.
I was gonna be much harsher.
Yeah.
I
Go
was-
for it.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, I want to hear that. I want to no bars
2?
held.
A terrible, terrible
A
2.
2. A 2.
I mean,
But I'm gonna but
yeah.
I'm gonna give it a half point because as I'm reading
Oh.
reviews, I realized that the story really touched people for some reason.
At least a half point's worth of.
Of emotional connection, yeah.
So 2.5 because it was just so predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
The situation that felt so like dangerous and could be
Mhm.
potentially so thrilling. It was just
Yeah.
so like she
Yeah.
made it kind of decent. And I didn't
Yeah.
the emotion or that feeling, but then the half point because like I saw one saying like this helped me get over trauma. This like reminded me of what I
Oh
love
my god.
again. You are
Yeah.
amazing. Like yeah, so
Those are all of Pepper Sisters' other accounts on fanfiction.net.
724.
tofu 9162.
Yeah. Only food related
I don't know.
usernames.
I think I don't know. You're kind of convincing me. I'm gonna bump mine down to a 3. Because then,
Wow.
because the
Wow.
voice also, I'm looking like they would repeat things a lot. It's like 3 to me. I'm changing my context. Like 3 to me is like bare minimum. It reads.
You know, I'm gonna have to give her a 7. Just for that. You're bumping me up to a
Damn you,
7.
Peter.
Sorry.
Way to end it all on such a sour note. We have to all agree, or it's.
Okay. I give it a 3.
Wait, Peter,
then.
you can
Yeah.
read the other 26, 27 chapters.
Yeah, I'll get back to you guys.
Yeah.
Your rating again.
If you fucking.
I'll write a 10-page paper about it.
Yeah.
Analyzing it.
Nice. And we recommend our readers do it.
Yes.
Our readers,
please do.
our listeners do as well. Write your own 10-page analyses.
Send it to us. We will read it.
Yeah,
For
but yeah, certainly.
Send it to us and we won't read it.
Yeah. Damn.
But with that, thank you, Gabi, so
Yes,
much
thank
for
you
being
so
on.
much for coming on. It
No,
was a really
thank
fun
you.
episode.
This was so much fun.
Yes.
Amazing. So
You're welcome anytime with
Yeah.
that Drake and Josh Zoe 101 fanfic.
Sorry.
yeah.
Peter and I were literally just talking at the exact same time.
Yeah,
We're like,
sorry. That's my bad.
no, go. What'd you say?
I was saying you're welcome back anytime, specifically with that Drake and Josh Zoe 101 fanfic.
Oh, that's right. Wait, let me write down the things that I have to send you. The
Oh,
TikTok,
wow.
the last fanfic.
Oh,
I'm gonna forget.
we'll leave you to it. I mean, we won't drop the call, but we'll let the listeners leave you to it.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you everybody for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.